So now we've got, how many questions do I have? I have got 30 questions that we're going to ask the Lead Team Collective about the Lords of Karma and everything that I just talked about. If you're just joining me now, hello. I just got done doing coffee with Karen with the bedheads. So with the cheeky, I find the Lords of Karma a little cheeky. So if you're just joining me now, you're getting just joining us at the Spirit Guide questions. We're going to ask 30 questions about the Lords of Karma and what that is all about, okay? And just what karma is about and how you can clear it and all that kind of stuff. Now, I actually did do some other sessions on karma, and I already said I was going to post AI video, but I will post at least one around here at the end of this video on karma. That was a really good one. That was really good. So if you didn't catch the intro video that I did with the Lead Team Collective, try to catch that at the end of this video. Okay. Okay. So welcome everybody. This is Karen from Ask the Spirit Guides. Let's go ahead and do our prayer. Excuse me. And then I just got to reposition myself a little bit so you can see the dowsing rods. Okay. Let's see. All right. Okay. So I close my aura to all but my higher self, the God consciousness, my guides, guardians, the Lead Team Collective, and only those of the highest and purest light. And ask Archangel Michael to please protect my channel, your channel, the community, the Lead Team Collective, so it is only of the highest and purest light. I just got to get a little water here. If you're just joining me for the SG session, you might want to take a listen to the first part. I will post it here at the end of this video with Coffee with Karen, because the first 30 minutes of this conversation will give you much more information, but you'll also get it on email if you join the newsletter. Okay. 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 It depends on when you're watching it, though. The email may have already gone out, so just depends. All right, Lead Team. Hello. I haven't talked to them today yet. How you doing? Awesome. Thanks to my Spirit Team as well. And thank you, Lead Team, for being here. We really appreciate it. So we've got questions about the Lords of Karma and how we can work with them and whether it's true or not, as we discussed again in the first 30 minutes. Is there anything in front of me that is not of our best interest to know? No? Okay, awesome. All right, I feel like this is funky. Okay. When I do coffee, I like to be a little closer to you guys, but this way you can see the rods. Okay. All right. So Lead Team, are you ready to answer our questions about this? Yes. Okay. Do the Lords of Karma arrange repeating challenges so we finally learn the lesson? Okay, they do. So some of this is just confirmation, you guys. Okay. I try not to do too many, questions, but we got to do some confirmation just to see what is this legit stuff? You know what I mean? So yes. Okay. Can some of these challenges be cleared without repeating if we choose love the first time? Oh, yes. Okay. So this is more and more reason for us to stay as high a vibration as possible, even when we're looking at 3D situations, which is why in this community, I am moving from just explaining or just reviewing things that are going on to more let's look at it, but let's look at it with different perspective so that we can stay in higher vibration as much as possible. Are there karmic lessons we are carrying now that will not be finished in this lifetime? No. Okay. Does that have to do with what we talked about earlier with the golden future? Because Earth is moving to the 5D, by 2050. Yes. And will karma still be a thing in that new 5D? No. Okay. Okay. So if we don't finish the karmic lessons we're here to finish, will that be a problem for? No. Okay. Will we be able to do that on a different realm or planet? Yes. Okay. If we don't do it here on Earth during our current lifetimes now, will we have to go to the other planets, or will we never have to do anything? Will we want to go to that other planet to clear that karma necessarily? No. Okay. Well, will we have to? No. Okay. All right. We've got free will, so I just want to make sure. All right. Our instant click connections. You know how you have instant clicks with people? Oh my gosh, you guys have heard me talk about this before, but I went to see John Edward. He was in where I live, and I was sitting next to this woman came and sat next to me. Oh my gosh, her and I just so clicked with her. And then we spent 2 hours together, and then we were gone. But I was like, there is no doubt. Even her and we were talking about our MBTI. I mean, it was crazy. Our Myers-Briggs type. We were talking about how much we clicked with each other. And we hardly could talk to each other, obviously, because there was a session going on. It was amazing. We just talked for like the first 30 minutes while we were waiting. It was bizarre. So our instant click connections, usually signs of karmic soul contracts. Yes. So even for very short periods of time. Yes. Okay. Was that person I clicked with at the John Edward, is it Edwards or Edward, show, was that a karmic soul contract kind of finishing? Yes. Okay. Are all intense relationships karmic in nature? Yes. Well, are all relationships karmic in nature? Yes. Okay. Can some connections be free of karma based only in love? No. Okay. Is that because we are just the planet right now, Earth, is just a karmic? That's just because that's the way everything we do, one thing or another, good or bad, little or small, it's all karma related. Is that true? Yes. Okay. So the Lords of Karma have a very big job to do. Again, if you missed that conversation about the Lords of Karma and how to work with them, after this video, you might want to check out Coffee with Karen, the first part of this. Okay. Okay. Are all thoughts, records, and actions recorded in the Akashic Records? Yes. Do the Lords of Karma ever withhold certain information until we are ready to know it? Yes. Okay, well, that's good. So once we get information, then we are ready to know it? Yes. I kind of wondered about that because some of you know I went down the kind of the conspiracy. Well, it's not really conspiracy theory because it is proven to be true. But I went down the path of knowing some things about our government that I'm not too happy about knowing, to be honest. That has to do with trafficking and MK Ultra and whatever. But anyway, so now that it makes me wonder, was that path that I went down necessary for, I guess everything is necessary then. Yes. Was it time? So it was time for me, that information has been held from me my whole life. I didn't know anything about it. Was that on purpose to be held from me? Yes. Okay. So a lot of times when we go, well, why didn't I know that before? Is that because we weren't ready to know it? Yes. Okay. And so now there's a reason for me to know these things about MK Ultra and trafficking and all that. I mean, yes. Okay. We'll see what's it about, but all right. Let's see. Is everything we experience in this life the result of karma from a past life? No. Okay. So it's not all past life related? Correct. Okay. Are repeating family struggles tied to share karma? Yes. Can family karma ever dissolve without conscious healing work? Well, that's an interesting question. Yes. Okay, well, that's good. Can one person's healing release the burden for the entire lineage? Yes, you guys. Okay, so we can do some work that could help. Whoa, I almost kicked you over. I almost kicked you over. That could help your entire lineage. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. All right, that's worth doing the work. Again, I'm going to be sending out on email ideas on how you can connect, okay, with the Lords of Karma and what that is. Okay, so we talked about that. Well, can one person heal a family? That's amazing. Okay. Even when life feels wasted, like if you have a year and you're like, I did nothing this year, is this truly a loss? No. Okay. So even wasted years are karmic balancing? Yes. Okay. What we think is wasted. So it's really, human ego defines it as wasted. Yes. Okay. Do the Lords of Karma sometimes allow us to repeat old ground until we're ready to see the lesson? Yes. Can a soul choose not to finish certain lessons at all? Yes, because it's all free will. We're all free will. When a heavy burden suddenly lifts, is it always karmic debt being cleared? Yes, I love that. You know what we're talking about? Like have you had a burden recently that all of a sudden you wake up one day and it's gone and you're like, wow, that's amazing. So you just cleared some karmic debt. Do the Lords of Karma release us only when the timing is right? Yes. Can karmic weight return if the lesson isn't fully integrated? Yes. Okay. Some of these questions are meant to just give us, sometimes you're like, yeah, well, that makes sense. But I wouldn't have actually thought about that had I not put this in the questions. Does that make sense? So some of them might feel a little like, well, that's common sense, but it's to get us to think about these things, right? What kind of things do we want to be thinking about? Okay. Do the Lords of Karma sometimes block paths that aren't aligned with our highest good? Oh, that's wonderful. Okay. Yes. So we can count on any path or any paths that we cross with others is always for our highest good. Yes. All right. Are all blocked paths karmic in nature? Yes. Do they sometimes allow us to go down a wrong road just so we can learn from it? No. So there are no wrong roads, is that correct? Yes. Are the Lords of Karma always working compassionately behind the scenes? Just double checking. Yes. Do they sometimes allow painful experiences purely for our growth? Yes. But is it really them allowing it? No. It is what our soul contracted to do, and they are just making sure we're following along with it. Is that correct? Yes. So it is our free will that chose everything we're experiencing. Yes. And it's the free will of all other humans having spiritual spirits having human experience. Whatever they experience is also part of their soul contract. Yes. This is just a reminder, you guys, that when we even see atrocities like what's going on in GAZA, it's awful. But if this is true, then you have to apply these questions to what's going on there. Okay? And not that you have to let it happen. You still, meaning absolutely send love, compassion. and thank them for balancing whatever they're balancing, the karmic, whatever energy in that area, their lineage, show huge compassion, because what an astounding way to have to balance karma, right? So it's just interesting to think about that we don't necessarily, and I might get in trouble with some of you for this, saying this. Just be kind if you want to disagree with me. But I mean, we obviously can look at absolutely horrible situations and say, oh my gosh, that's awful, right? That's the worst thing, and get angry about it. But do you want to get angry about it, or do you want to apply some of what we're learning here to that for your own understanding? And instead of sending anger and despair towards them, send love and compassion towards them to assist them in their karmic balancing, to assist them in the growth or clearing of whatever they're doing. Okay. So again, this is about us. This is about what we're learning, each of us individually, on how to view the world. Because you can't control, unless you're over there, either experiencing the result of what's happening or creating the result. You don't have control over it, right? But we do have control over our own vibration and how we're reacting to it. And when we react one way or the other, you are also either assisting the energy or perpetuating the energy. So if we're perpetuating anger, so that's really tricky, isn't it? That's really tricky. So, and we can say that about F45, we can say that about ICE, everything that's going on in the world. So this is an area that is definitely worth spending some energy on, each of us individually, to, if you want to grow in the way that this is suggesting. I'm definitely going to. Okay, which means if I'm going to, you're going to be getting more of this kind of conversation because I talk about what I'm growing on, so that's just the way it is. Okay. All right. Let's see, where are we? Do they sometimes, okay, we talked about that. Do they sometimes allow painful experiences? And again, GAZA is an extremely painful experience for those experiencing it and for us to watch, right? Is it possible for us to ignore or miss their guidance? The Lords of Karma. No, it is not possible. Okay. So there's just so much more going on. I don't know if I even answered that last one. Do they sometimes allow painful experiences purely for our growth? Yes. Is it purely for our growth, or is it all karma related? Yes. Okay. But once we clear the karma, then it is purely then we've grown, right? We've learned the lesson. Yes. Okay. Or cleared or whatever. Okay. We've got 6 more questions. Do the Lords of Karma safeguard the lessons we came here to learn? So they're basically, yes. So they're safeguarding our soul contracts. Yes. I think that's amazing. Can we fail to complete some lessons in this lifetime? Yes. Okay. Is it likely that people who land in this community, are we more likely to quote unquote succeed? We used the word fail before. So succeed in completing our lessons in this lifetime? Yes. Okay. Will we always? No. Okay. Are synchronicities often their way of guiding us back on track? Yes. Okay, so we'll have to think of synchronicities. Maybe I'll do a session on synchronicities. If you guys would find that interesting, let me know. Look at my head is glowing at the top. I got a halo over my head. Oh, that is a real light. That's not a real halo, I'm just saying. Do the Lords of Karma guide the life review after death? Let's just confirm that. I never knew that, so that's really cool. My mother-in-law is going through her life review right now. We're traveling today to go to her celebration to help usher her along. So she's going through her life. Marietta, are you going through your life review right now? Aw, love you so much. Yes. Okay. In that review, do they sometimes show us where we missed opportunities for love? Yes. Do they always show us? Do we always see it, right? Yes. Is every soul, I don't know if we've ever done a life review session, you guys. Okay, one last question and I got to write that down. Is every soul given another chance to complete unfinished lessons in a future lifetime? No. Is that going to be more and more the case as we move to 2050? Yes. Okay. So that's interesting. Okay. If you're wondering what I'm talking about there, you might want to catch the Coffee with Karen because that I'll post right here, right now, because that's where we talked a little bit about that. So, okay, I think I am going to do a session coming up soon, maybe next week, on life reviews from this same kind of perspective. We'll do an intro like I did, kind of talking about it, things we could do to different perspectives on the life reviews, and then we'll ask the SG questions. So, all right, let me know what you guys think. I found this really helpful. I'm going to be utilizing this quite a bit in my upcoming journaling. So, all right, take care. We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.